Hello everyone, welcome once again to Books Wale Bhaiya. Today I'll talk about one of my favorite genres, which is thriller. I have picked three books about whom I'll talk. Interestingly, all these three books are from Indian authors. And before I start with the books, I would say it's very interesting to see an entire new generation of Indian authors picking up this genre and writing some really impressive books. So, without much further ado, I'll talk about the first book. It's called Death in Colaba Bay, a colonial Bombay mystery. And the author is Ambika Subramaniam. She is a new author. It's her first novel. So, as the name suggests, it's about a mystery set in Mumbai, and it's colonial Mumbai and Bombay as it was known then. So, the novel starts with disappearance of three girls from one of the prestigious schools in Mumbai. And as the police officer starts investigating, there are certain linkages discovered between these disappearances and the royal family of the princely state of Jaywar. Well, whether it's actually linked or not is something you will get to know when you read the book, but this is how the story unfolds. And interestingly, the police officer who is investigating is joined by a widow in Mumbai called Tarabai, who hails from a very rich and well-known family of Mumbai, who investigates as the girls are from the school where she studied. So as the story unfolds, you see more and more events taking place at a very faster pace. The police trying to unearth, trying to understand the various clues which it gets and who is the brainchild behind all of this. While at some point of time it becomes a little easy to guess who is the culprit, but that does not take away the charm of this entire novel. Despite even understanding that what is the motive and what is who's the murderer behind it, there are several things, several events unfolding at a very fast pace which keeps you hooked till the end. And yes, even if you think you have guessed everything while reading this book, there is one big surprise waiting in the end which will certainly leave you spellbound. All in all, despite this limitation, I believe a very good read. Given that it's the work of a first-time author, I believe this is something which must be read and appreciated. The second book I'll talk about is called The Night of Fear by Abha Sharma. So Abha Sharma has already authored some biographies of some key business persons, and this is her first fiction book. Now interestingly, this is a thriller, but it is not just a thriller. Rather, it's several genres, or you can say several stories, all interwoven into one book. So there's a thriller, there is some sort of a story on friendship between two girls. This is a book about superstitions and the need to challenge them. This is a book about society's hypocrisies. And I believe the best thing about this book is that author Abha Sharma has been able to put all this together in one book, and he has done this in a very beautiful manner. So while you may say, oh, it's not exactly that kind of thriller I would have expected, but her ability to interweave all these things into one book is really commendable, and nowhere do you feel distracted or bored that, okay, hey, the novel is going haywire, it's going nowhere, it's just getting confused. No, that is not at all the case. Makes for a very interesting read. The key premise of the book is actually about a temple. It's a hilly town wherein there's a temple at the mountain top. And it is believed by the locals that if you visit the temple in the night or after dark, you will die. And that some curse will fall maybe upon your family or the entire town. And they have certain evidences when people tried to move to that temple in the night, but unfortunately all of them died. Well, the protagonist doesn't believe in that, and by chance she gets to discover what is the truth behind this legend of some curse falling upon the town or the people if someone visits it in the dark. So that forms one of the core parts of the story, and the protagonist also unearths and makes everyone understand what is the truth, but not in a way you would expect in a typical thriller novel to be. Having said that, many stories all interwoven into one. The best part I would say about this novel is that this novel in one way encourages you to think beyond the obvious, to stand for yourself, and most importantly to overcome your fears. So that, along with the thriller, that is indeed a message of this book which I really liked. One thing I did not like about the book is that I believe about the legend of the temple, more pages could have been added and it could have been described in a better detail as to why people think it's inauspicious, rather than just focusing, okay, there was some murder, there was some deaths of the people who visited the temple. Nonetheless, it makes for a very interesting read. I would say anyone who is interested in thrillers should give it a shot. Well, the third book I'm talking about is called Bhendi Bazaar by Vish Dhamija. Now, with all due respect to the other authors, I strongly believe this is the best book I have read out of all these three, and one of the best thrillers I have read in the past couple of years. Well, Vish Dhamija now needs no introduction. He is a very well-known crime fiction writer, has already written more than 10 books, if I'm right. Most of his novels are crime fiction or legal thrillers. Some even call him the John Grisham of India. And while I have personally read almost all of Vish's books, I strongly believe this is indeed his best work. Interestingly, this novel is also set in Mumbai, but the story starts in Soviet Union, wherein three girls who are friends, they decide to flee the country and move to some western country for a better life. They land in Mumbai, from where they are supposed to move to the western countries. However, destiny has something else in them, and unfortunately they all are forced into prostitution in Mumbai. The story starts essentially when the first murder takes place, but that is after 25 years of this incident. So the first murder takes place, then another one, and when we see that this is the case of some serial murderer who is on a rampage, the DCP Rita Ferreira, who is the protagonist of this novel and a character created by Vish Dhamija, she takes the charge and tries solving the mystery. Now, a large chunk of the novel is actually based on how she investigates, she meets various people, she tries to understand the various clues which are there at the murder spot, at the murder area, and that actually forms the most interesting part of this novel. It's really very charming to see how police works, how the murder mysteries are actually investigated, and it is written in such a fast manner that despite this book having 354 pages, you not at all feel bored at any single point of time. All these events have been described in detail and in a very interesting manner. You feel like being a part of the investigation. Well, at some point of time, as it's quite obvious that the two events of the disappearance of girls and these crimes in Mumbai may be related, but don't think that by knowing this you have actually understood what the story is about. And even if you think you might be able to unearth something and you may say, okay, I know, now he or she is the murderer, there is a big surprise waiting for you in the end, which actually will leave you spellbound, and you will understand why Vish Dhamija is indeed one of the best known crime fiction writers here. All in all, a very interesting, very enjoyable read. While I strongly recommend all these three books, but I strongly believe Vish Dhamija's is indeed the best. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the review, please give a thumbs up. Subscribe to my video for more updates. I'll be coming up with the review every week. Thank you.